Hello, welcome to the Security Updates with me, Hamse Daabjeerin. In this program, we will be covering for you the latest stories that matter securities in the East Africa countries. Ahead on the program, Amnesty calls for US to compensate civilian victims of airstrikes in Somalia. AU mission in Somalia has a news force commander. Kenyan government digitalized police services to help curb COVID-19 pandemic. Turkey training one-third of entire Somali military, Info says. Deputy District Commissioner killed in Lower Shabelle of Somalia. Welcome to the program. We start from Somalia. Human rights group Amnesty International called on United States to compensate civilian victims and families affected by military airstrikes in Somalia. Amnesty made the call following the release of a report by the U.S. Africa Command that one civilian was killed while 3 others were injured in an airstrike. Earlier this year, the incident occurred in February in the vicinity of the town of Chilib in southern Somalia. AFRICOM reported at the time that one terrorist had been killed. AFRICOM said it received 8 allegations of civilian casualties after the incident. According to Amnesty International, the 4 casualties were all members of one family, while the one fatality was a woman. Amnesty said that the second such one, was the first time AFRICOM had substantiated a report of civilian casualties in Somalia it had investigated. Amnesty said this admission is the 3rd case they have substantiated in 30 years of airstrikes in the country. Now that there has been an acknowledgement of their action, there must be accountability and reparations for the victims and their families. Amnesty noted that while AFRICOM had made tentative progress in acknowledging civilian casualties, it needed to do more to avoid such casualties and guarantee its own transparency and accountability mechanisms. AFRICOM pledged to review its operations with regard to the occurrence and reporting of civilian casualties, with the quarterly civilian casualty assessment report being one of the outcomes of that review. Amnesty says the U.S. military has conducted 42 airstrikes in Somalia in 2021, with 9 of them resulting in the killings of 21 civilians, with another 11 being injured. The African Union mission in Somalia, AMISOM, has appointed a new force commander to lead the peacekeeping mission. The new commander is Lieutenant General Diomede De Gea from Burundi.
The African Union mission in Somalia, AMISOM, has a new force commander, Lieutenant General Diomede De Gea from Burundi, who arrived in Mogadishu on Sunday to be the overall head of forces from Burundi, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Uganda. Lieutenant General De Gea is to take over from Lieutenant General Tigabu Yilma of Ethiopia, whose tour of duty has ended after being force commander since January 2019. General De Gea was received at Adan Abdullah International Airport by AMISOM Deputy Force Commander of Operations and Plannings, Major General Nakibus Lakara, Major General George Owino, the AMISOM Deputy Force Commander in charge, Support and Logistics, and other senior AMISOM military forces. With a career spanning 38 years, General De Gea, who is 57 years old, is no stranger to Somalia, having previously served in the country from 2007 to 2009 as a member of the Burundi National Defense Forces AMISOM's pre-deployment team in charge of supervising and training. In 2012, he was part of reconnaissance mission to the Bay and Bakol regions of Somalia, ahead of AMISOM troop deployment there. Before his appointment as AMISOM Force Commander, General De Gea was the senior advisor to the Minister of Defense in Burundi, charged with political and diplomatic affairs, as a role he took on after serving 4 years as a defense attaché at the Burundian embassy in Cairo, Egypt. General De Gea holds a master's degree in technical sciences and was educated in institutions in Russia, China, and France. He has also published a number of research papers on peacekeeping missions in Africa and the professionalization of the Burundi National Defense Forces, among others.
We are still in Somalia. The Deputy District Commissioner of Welawain in Lower Shabelle of Somalia has been killed and others were wounded. No one has yet claimed the responsibility of this attack. The Deputy District Commissioner of Welawain in Lower Shabelle of Somalia, Muhammad Abdullahi Umar, commonly known as Costo, was killed on Sunday evening. Initial reports say the Deputy District Commissioner was killed in a grenade attack at his residence. Unconfirmed reports added that few other people were wounded in the attack, including the father of late Muhammad Costo. The wounded people were immediately rushed to hospitals for treatment. No one has yet claimed the responsibility of the attack. The security forces of Lower Shabelle, together with the federal officials, conducted joint security checks at the scene. The Lower Shabelle officials have described the incident as a tragedy. They said the perpetrators will be arrested and will put into prosecution as soon as possible. Al-Shabaab is the main group fighting against the federal government of Somalia and its member states. It conducts operations to kill senior government officials as well as seizes territory from the government, but the group did not say whether they were behind this attack. In Kenya, the National Police Service has now digitalized its services in measure aimed at increasing efficiency and effectiveness in service delivery during this pandemic and in the future. The move follows the digitalization of the service and the judiciary, the director of the prosecutions and several other government agencies.
All police officers must be trained and be prepared to come on this platform.
The Cabinet Secretary for the Interior and Coordination of National Security in Kenya, Fred Matiang'i, spoke at Buruburu Police Station in the capital, Nairobi, where he was accompanied by his counterpart from the Information and Communications Technology, Docket Joy Musheru, and several other senior government officials. The officials had gathered at the station to launch the digitization process, starting with the Occurrence Book (OB), where all the incidents and complaints are recorded. Matiang'i said that the government with the new system hopes to weed out corruption because all the complaints filed by members of the public must be followed, with the real-time progress tracked by the seniors. Meanwhile, complainants will be receiving their OB number through a short message service. And I quote, "We must now manage this openly, and as we said, as we do this, we must show people what we are doing," the Interior CS said, lauding the ICT Ministry for the progress made in digitizing most of the operations in the government. Police officers have now been given 18 months to navigate through the new system and move from the manual process to the new system in a way to curb corruption in Kenya. Inspector General of Police Hilary Mutyambai said the web-based system has been installed in all police stations in Nairobi, with the officers provided with more than 10,000 iPads. Officials said the new system will get real-time data on the trends of crime in the country following the automation of process. The automation covers 5 areas, which include automation of police administration. With this, all police officers are registered, automation of police investigations, which covers forensic, integration of data, and crime analysis. According to the system developer, Professor Deuri Mutai, only registered officers can access the system in a tightly guarded process. Jefferson Mutie, CBA TV, Nairobi.
With that story from our colleague in Kenya, Jefferson, we shall go for a short break. But coming up, Turkey trained 1/3 of Somali military forces. A huge explosion rocks a military base of Somali army in Mogadishu. But now let's go for the short break.
Hello friends, I'm Abubakar Easy.
Hello everyone, I am Faiza Bukhari.
Allow me to officially introduce you to CBA Standard English. The program is all about teaching and learning English language in entertaining and innovative ways.
We have designed series of lessons that will help you learn English from a beginner stage to an advanced level. All 4 language skills, reading, writing, speaking, and listening, are included in our lessons, and we are sure that there is a lot to learn from the program.
All you need to do is tune into CBA TV, the voice of East Africa, on the days and times being displayed on the screen right now to watch and participate in the program, or subscribe to the CBA YouTube channel for updates.
Welcome to CBA News Bulletin. I am Hamse Daabjeerin.
You are watching CBA TV. I am Wangoingoge from Hargeisa. Thank you for keeping it CBA TV. Reaching out to our global viewers through digital and television platforms from our two major broadcast centers and exclusive reporting from East Africa and beyond.
Ajara Ahmed Tijani reporting for CBA TV.
Join us in engaging talk shows and programs on a wide range of issues.
I'm Abdullahi Hassan. Welcome to Unscripted.
Welcome to Associate, proudly brought to you by CBA TV.
Welcome to Artflex on CBA TV. This is Mutiu Olawi.
I welcome you to your show, our show, CBA TV News Review.
Our digital platforms engage users everywhere. We inform, educate, and entertain. We are CBA TV, the voice of East Africa.
Welcome back to the security updates. According to Anadolu, a Turkish news agency, Turkish-Somali relations have experienced great success over the years, and as part of their strategy of cooperation, Turkey has trained in 1/3 of the Somali military forces.
Turkey's ambassador to Mogadishu, Mehmet Yilmaz, told Anadolu agency AA in remarks regarding bilateral relations, when we look at the total numbers, Turkey will have trained 1/3 of Somali military forces, estimated to be around 15,000 to 16,000 personnel. The ambassador also said that the two countries cooperate in different sectors, including health and education. Regarding military cooperation between the two countries, Yilmaz said Turkey's involvement in Somalia is of critical importance, stating that the international community's biggest expectation from Somalia is the training of units that will ensure safety in the country. He noted the debate regarding the possible withdrawal of the African Union mission in Somalia's AMISOM forces from the country, saying that sergeants and non-commissioned officers who will make up the backbone of the Somali military are being trained in the camp Toksum, a defense university on a Turkish military's base. The ambassador added that the training provided is high-quality commando training. The envoy underlined that historical relations between Turkey and Somalia have dated back many years but began to develop further after President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's official visit to Mogadishu in 2011, when the country was struggling with the drought.
On Saturday morning, a huge explosion rocks a military base of Somali army in Mogadishu, the capital city of Somalia, which caused the death of the Somali soldiers and civilians as well as others wounded. At least 8 people, including government soldiers, killed and 14 others wounded on Saturday morning after a car laden with explosives detonated near a military base in the vicinity of Mogadishu Stadium. Residents of Mogadishu said the blast was heard in most districts in the Panadi region. The Somalian government has not yet officially commented on this attack. No group also has claimed responsibility, but Al-Shabaab frequently carry out such attacks. Initial reports say the government soldiers opened fire and other army officers arrived, which completely closed the scene of the blast. The government restricted journalists from entering the scene for security purposes. This came barely after 2 days when Al-Shabaab and the Somali federal government military clashed on the outskirts of Makkah, the administrative city of Lower Shabelle region, which caused casualties in the town. The fighting erupted after Al-Shabaab militants attacked a military base in El Chale area on the outskirts of Makkah. Al-Shabaab and Somali federal government forces have fought several times in the country, most of which resulted in casualties. And with that story of the car bomb exploded at the military base in Mogadishu, we'll wrap up our program for this time. Thank you very much for being with us. My name is Hamse Daabjeerin.